So, hello and welcome everyone. And you might be wondering, why are you seeing me driving a regular car through the city? Well, I'm on my way to the airport actually, where I'm going to fly to my first real-life racing experience in Portimao in Portugal. So how did this all come about? So if you remember the big esports event at the beginning of the year, where my team and I snuck into, and we in the end came a surprising third, simply by a virtue of not making too many mistakes and everyone else seeming to have lots of misfortunes. One of the sponsors of that event, I decided to invite the entire podium to a real life track day in Portimao, Portugal, and of course then I'm not part of that, and I'm highly excited. So what they have in store for us is that we're going to get instructions on Formula Junior cars. Then we can drive the cars around the club version of the track, so the short version ourselves. And the end of the day, if all goes well, we can even have an actual race between ourselves. So I'll be highly excited, both meeting my teammates and the other esports sim racers in person for the first time, and also then sitting for the first time in an actual race car and not just in my racing chair. And simply wanted to share the good news with you in time. And yeah, of course there will be a big video on how things went and what may be next into things. And yeah. So that's I think me for the time being. I'm also getting close to the airport, so stay tuned of what happened during the track day in Portimao. See you on track. So after a day of instruction, towards the late afternoon, then we had 10 minutes of qualifying, and then afterwards a race. I was the first out, first across the line, but that was just a banker lap.
Has just done it, 143.06. Fastest lap for Montana, 143.00.
So now I'm trying to improve, obviously. So that's the first part of Portimao Club.
Fastest lap for Spiletti, 142.90.
Still the normal part. Now we're getting to the first shortcut, and that one's fine.
Look good.
That's just a rather wide hairpin. You can't really shift down into first in these Formula Juniors.
Fastest lap for Bowley, 142.76.
That's the second shortcut. Now we are back on the main track. This one is also okay. Important to get the exit speed. And here I'm getting much better exit of these corners, as you can see from the splits. This is the third shortcut, and this one is awkward, especially the next one. It's completely blind up the hill, and I missed it probably as often as I hit the mark. Last two corners were never my specialty, because we were advised
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Not to change the default setup, but I did, to make it a little bit more stable. So anti-roll bars stiffer in the front, softer in the back, with the consequence that I got a pretty low exit speed of the last corner.
E8, good lap, that's your best in the session. You're currently 0.6 off the pace. That lap was a 143.35.
Next lap starts decent.
Car in front has just posted a 143.14. New fastest lap for Montana, 142.58.
But later on I get outside of the track limits. So, second try. Can I improve? Because 8th place isn't really what I wanted at this point. There is Cedrone behind. That's why the blue flag, but I didn't pay heed to that. I always struggle a bit with the brakes in the first corner, but this was more stable than it looks.
Right side, clear right.
Of course, having the car behind didn't really help getting a good time to the first passage.
You're a 10th off the pace in sector 1.
But first sector is still decent. It's so counterintuitive in these cars without wings that the slower you are at the apex, the better probably your lap time when you can simply take all the speed.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Out of the corner. Yeah, I'm a bit late, and that ruins things. My least favorite corner. You can see I have no idea where I'm going or whether I'm even marginally correct. And yeah, these last 2 corners were always my bane. Missing the gear, almost missing the gear didn't help either. So, no dice. Last chance.
Right side. Hold your line. Clear right.
Sector 3 is 1.2 off the pace. You've just done a 143.46.
And ruined already, as you can see from the overtaking maneuver. So yeah, 8th place. I wasn't really happy with that, and as you can see from the times, so just a slight improvement would have changed things, but that's how it is. And now we're at the start. So get ready for a wild ride.
Go!
Car right. You're in the middle, clear right. You're in the middle,
I get an
wide,
extremely good start.
Clear all round, car left. You're in the middle. Clear left. On your right, 3 wide, you're in the middle. Clear all round.
Yep. Everyone giving everyone else room, so kudos to all my fellow sim racers.
Still there. 3 wide, you're on the left. Still there. Right side. Hold your line.
And from
Hold your
9th
line.
to 3rd in 2
Still
corners.
there. You're on the left, 3 wide. Right side. Still
From
there.
9th to 2nd, a few corners more. A little bit of wheel
Hold your
banging,
line.
nothing serious.
Hold your line.
And Cedrone is paying back
Hold
in
your
kind.
line. Clear right. Car right, clear right. You're on the left, 3 wide.
But these Formula Juniors are pretty
On your
sturdy.
right. Clear right.
And from 9th to 1st in a single lap. I'll post this separately. And now my struggle begins.
Clear left.
Last 2 corners. Can only make these so wide.
On your right.
And the
Hold your
cold
line.
tires here don't help.
Clear right.
A little bit of a nudge. Nothing seriously broken.
P2.
And since they don't have wings, there isn't that much slipstream either.
Car right. Still there. Still there. Clear right.
So here this corner, for instance, you can see the extra stability that I have. I can simply stay on the gas, whereas they have to lift ever so slightly if they don't trust their rear. But I'm paying for that with the last two corners and on the long straight, so it probably evened out. These Formula Juniors only have 4 gears, and they were geared in a way you mainly could go by with just second for most of the track, so that made it actually quite easy to drive. Yeah, missing one corner on the inside and missing the second corner on the outside. I hate this shortcut. And I haven't gone to love it over the race.
Still there, clear right.
Come on, Andy, keep pushing, we might.
Right side.
And off into the distance.
Hold your line. Still there. Still there, clear right.
Got cold brakes all round, the leader has jumped.
Car right. Still there. Clear right. Right
The other area where I have a bit of advantage, I can simply stomp on the gas and know
hold your line.
The rear will stay in place.
You've got some minor suspension damage there.
On your right. Clear right.
Well, it wasn't actually noticeable in the car.
Right side. Hold your line. Clear right.
This exit is totally counterintuitive, I found. But will I get the corner this time? Yes, sort of. A bit slow maybe. Not trying to stand in the way.
10 minutes remaining.
The track's pretty wide here, so there's always a line that's faster than mine. Rhyme not intended.
Incident's clear. Green flag.
On your right. Clear right.
Don't panic. Your last lap time was at 1:44.91. Fastest lap for ASEC, 1:44.22.
Car right. Clear right.
Yellow flag.
On your right.
Green flag,
Yeah,
you're clear.
this didn't help.
Right side.
Missing the first corner.
Green flag in sector 3.
Nothing happened, luckily. Except someone who was a bit overly optimistic. I actually didn't notice that in the car, I just noticed it in the replay.
Green flag in sector 1.
That gap didn't exist.
6th place.
Car right. Clear right. Left side. Clear left. On your left. Hold your line. Hold your line.
This here works on the inside as well as on the outside.
Clear left. On your left. Clear left.
Trying to run me off the road, but didn't really work.
On your right.
And sort of missing the
Hold
entry.
your line. Hold your line.
Incident.
Clear right.
Here I found when I squeeze them on the inside, I don't have to worry so much about them on the straight. But I couldn't always squeeze them.
P3.
Going up to 220 was pretty scary at first in these things, by the way, and by the end of the day this was sort of just another day in the office behind the wheel. And that was really, really interesting.
That's half distance, the fuel's okay.
On your right. Hold your line, clear right.
It really helped that
Car
these
right.
two were busy with each
Clear
other.
right, right side.
So, back to where I was,
Hold your line, clear right.
Nice
despite the
Andy.
slight
Nice
excursion
move,
in
mate.
turn 1.
Car left, clear left. Right side, clear right.
Green flag sector 3. The stewards have warned us.
Car right. Hold your line, clear right.
The car in front's lap time is at 1:44.01. U4.
That
New
was-
fastest lap for right back, 1:43.25.
Right side, clear right.
That's a new fastest lap for Spilletti, 1:42.77.
Spilletti was the one who
Let's see
spun
how
out
wide you can make this thing.
earlier by crashing into my rear, and now he had the open track, so that's why he got the fastest lap.
On your right. Still there. Still there.
Here I found simply standing in the way on the inside did a
Hold your line.
lot to ease overtaking.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
And here again, all that matters is the exit. And that was that.
Right side.
Because by this time everyone here in front knew
Clear
what
right.
everyone's strengths and weaknesses
That's
are,
5 minutes to
except
go.
when
Come on,
they
keep it
struggle
together. We'll
out
be on the
of
podium here.
corners, then that makes it of course extremely easy. One thing I didn't try was to change the gearing to see whether I can have a bit of a shorter gearing, but at the same time I really liked that I didn't have to shift out of second for most of the lap, so that's why I didn't even try
Great
that
stuff.
in the
Keep it
limited
coming,
time
mate.
that we
Me
had
too.
to practice.
Fastest lap for Spilletti, 1:42.70.
Car right. Clear right.
The gap to Montana ahead is now 0.33.
Car right. Clear right. On your right. Still there. Clear right.
You need to push if we're going to hold this position. Good
Yeah,
pass, eyes front.
A bit of friendly wheel banging, but again, nothing serious. I think we all knew how far we could go.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Pay attention to track limits, please, Andy.
Again, missing this corner. Which of course doesn't help now with dirty tires for the last two corners.
Right side. Clear right.
and he's all over me again.
You're in the lead.
Car right. Clear right. Car right. Clear right. On your right. Clear right. On your right. You're on the left. 3 wide. Right side. Hold your line. Clear right.
I think that was the only time where I had to lift during that corner.
Watch those downshifts. Go easy on the transmission.
On your left.
Yeah,
Hold your
these
line.
had 4-speed
Clear
gearbox,
left. Right side.
manual
Clear
clutch,
right.
8 shifter, so old school.
Left side. Clear left. On your right. Hold your line. Still there. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Clear right. Clear all round.
Come on, Andy. Nicely
So as
done.
soon as I squeeze him on the inside, the other one goes on around the outside.
Car right.
You win some, you lose some.
Clear right. On your right. Hold your
More
line.
friendly
Clear
nudging.
right.
Your suspension's going to need sorting. You'll need to come in. P4. 1 more lap to go.
It wasn't that bad in the car, in terms of suspension. But again, last lap, being in 4th, with not the perfect suspension, let's put it
Right
that way,
side.
so I wasn't that hopeful.
Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there.
But it's always...
Still there. Car right. On your right. Still there. Clear right.
always useful if the others are fighting.
Right side. Right side.
Here I didn't get
Hold your
why
line.
they were so slow.
Clear right.
And in the lead. Just a few corners to go. So last time during this terrible shortcut. First one pretty good.
Car
Second
right.
one now.
Clear right. On your right.
And then I almost lost it
Clear right.
on those dirty tires. And the lead is gone. So can we stay on the podium at least? Because the fourth one is coming and my tires are dirty and these are not my corners anyway. We can see them in the mirrors. But luckily I'm standing enough in the way.
Car left.
Well done, Andy. Great drive.
Still
I thought I missed a
Clear
gear.
left.
But it was enough. So from 9th to podium, I was at least relieved that this was over. So let's have a look at the final standings. And that was my very first race. So I'm back now from Portimao, just driving back home, and yeah, this was the absolute best thing ever. So the race was brilliant, as you can see, except maybe for the last 2 corners, but even that went sort of right down the wire. And yeah, first of all, sort of kudos to all my fellow sim racers, giving everyone space every time and knowing how far one could go and when would have been too much. So that I think showed that a fair bit of our racecraft can also then translate to the real world. And yeah, also then the first lap, the highlight, of course, the lap. And you may have seen the short that I posted into a parallel, and yeah, that well, I wouldn't say it went viral, but at least it had some views, especially for just an amateur race with just how many were we overall? 12, I think. Yeah, and then a random chap going from 9th to 3rd and then to 1st over the first minute or so. So one thing I'll say definitely is this won't have been my last real life racing endeavor. So over the next days and weeks, I'll try the hardest to maybe get another opportunity somewhere else. Now armed with this, at least decent result, presentable results, a 3rd place, a podium. And a probably pretty competitive field overall, so there was no one really not taking like a duck to water in these race cars. But yeah, the other thing I can say, of course, is that real life racing is way more than just sim racing from the chair. But now I'm sort of hot and keen to have further real life races. But yeah, let's see what the future brings on this end. And until then, as usual, see you on track, real or virtual.